everyone, welcome to another episode of Everything Spice. You caught me in the middle here. I'm just starting my Portuguese beef stew, and this is with stew meat. So I have a couple of packages of stew meat like this. I have come to the pot. What I'm going to do is I'm cooking them in layers. This is my seasoned Dutch oven pan. It's seasoned, so it looks like this. It's fabulous, okay? I'm going to do it in stages because I want some brownage. See the brown meat, right? Turn them over, put them in my pan, and keep going until all of my packages are done, because the main portion of it is the beef stew, okay? I got 2 onions, I have cilantro, 2 garlic cloves, I have 4 potatoes, and a bunch of carrots that I, took the skins off, a cup of wine, and my secret, I'm going to do salt and pepper, but my secret is this baby, Portuguese allspice. Now, you could probably order it online if it's not in your area, but I have a specialty market in my area that has it, and I'm going to use it. It is the most fragrant thing that I've ever smelled in my life. Let me smell it. Look at that. It is so delicious and gorgeous and so Portuguese, which I am. I am Portuguese. My father was Portuguese. My mother was French and Irish. So we got the best of both worlds. So I'm going to continue browning my beef. And then on the other side, I will show you all the ingredients that go into this beautiful, fantastic Sunday dinner Portuguese beef stew. I'll see you in a moment. All right, welcome back. So what I did was I have all of my meat, as you can see. I browned it over there. And now we're going to work. We're going to work on our onions, cutting those up and putting them into the pan. Hang on here, let me move this wine over here a little bit so it doesn't mess here. Okay, I'm going to cut up some onion. I'm going to start this Portuguese stew. And the Portuguese stew is really good. I mean, it's a beef stew, right? So, and it's really, what do you call, what is it? Cheaper cut of meat. It's made with beef stew, which takes longer to cook, to tenderize. So that's why it's a great slow cooker meal or a cast iron, like this, a Dutch oven. Because you can use the Dutch oven retains its heat. So it really is perfect for this kind of low and slow kind of cooking that happens with it. But you could certainly use a slow cooker if you press the time. You could do that as well. There's just something about Sunday, which today is, and making food low and slow. There's something about it. You got time, right? Usually, if you're not working, it's time to be investing that in this meal. This meal benefits from it. Okay, so I got an onion in. You can hear that sizzle. A little bit of salt. Definitely pepper, of course. And this is our layers of flavor, my friends. Layers of flavor. And you don't want to put too much salt in it. And if you, like conversationally, I've said this before to you, if you have issues with salt, you can use a salt substitute or just leave it out altogether. They do have other alternatives to salt that you can use. But I like a little bit of salt in my food. Alright, I'm going to chop the garlic. Put it in the pot, and of course the minute the heat hits, it's gonna be like, yes, delicious. All right, potatoes go in next, cilantro goes in last. You can use parsley if you want in place of cilantro, but I just like cilantro in almost everything that I make. I'm just getting these a little bit translucent, the onions, before I add the next layer, which I'm gonna put everything in at that point, So good. So, I mean, the kitchen is smelling so amazing in here right now. You wouldn't even believe it. Okay, I'm going to chop up my potatoes. And I'm going to leave them relatively big because this is going to be a long cook. So I'm not cutting them small at all. But you dice them the way you want to if you're your family, but I like it relatively big. Because I don't want mush. The earlier you put potatoes in, right, the faster they cook. And then what happens is the potatoes are done and the stew isn't. This is a stew. So you want to have these potatoes relatively big. Not too big where they're like, wow, I can't even eat it. It's a potato for like 6 people, but a good size. Use your judgment, friends. Use your judgment. If it looks too big, it probably is. Chop accordingly. I'm just giving you a method, and you can run with it. You can add to or take out, and I've mentioned this in other episodes. There is many recipes probably for Portuguese beef stew as there are Portuguese people. So everybody has a different way of doing it, their own way. This is my way, but it's not the highway. If you choose to do it another way, or you want to add more potatoes or less potatoes, you want to add, you don't like garlic, you can use garlic powder or onion powder in its place if these are too strong for you. But I just like all of this stuff. It's just so amazing to me. Okay, and the carrots, I'm going to cook the carrots too. Cut them up. So we're going to cut up the carrots now. And I already cut up the potatoes, as you can see. I'm going to cut it at an angle. Let me show you. Just to make it a little thicker. You see that? It's at an angle. So it makes like these fancy cuts, which I think is good. Leave it relatively whole. Cut it from the side. See how you're doing like this? Maybe you can't see it. Hang on, let me go back a bit. There you go. Right here. Show you. Right here, right? Cut it at an angle. And have relatively thick pieces of carrot. Kind of something I learned with Chinese cooking. I kind of like that edge that it gives. So, a couple more. And there you go. Carrots are done. Potatoes are done. Onions are looking translucent and delicious. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just throw it all in the pot. Okay? So that we can have this started. Getting started. I'm going to put the beef back in. Hang on here. Let me... It's all here. Look at all this delicious mess. All right, put it all in. Juice and all, and I did drain any residual juice that was from the frying of this because I didn't want all that grease in here. So if there's any grease from when you did it, just get rid of it. I don't like that extra fat. It's not necessary. All right, so I'm gonna put this in and mix it around a bit. And then what I'm gonna do is add some of my potatoes, my carrots, put all this in, and then we're gonna put our spices in. Like our salt, our pepper, our allspice. Look at this, pot is like becoming like a mess. Look at this, it's like huge. Yikes. And this is gonna cook on the stovetop for hours. Maybe 2 hours it might be done. I'll check it in 2. Just keep watching it. It might take more than 2 hours, just so you know. All right, because this is gonna be a long cooking process. All right, now I'm gonna use some of this delicious Portuguese allspice. It's going in, my friends, and I'm gonna be liberal with it. You don't have to be as liberal as I am, because this stuff is liquid gold, right? But I have a Portuguese market, so na boo boo, I can get it anytime I want. And I would recommend that if you can too, like online or Amazon, I don't know. They might have it. If you can get it, get more than one. You're not going to want to live without it once you try it. Once you try it, you're going to love it, and you're not going to want to live without it. I'm telling you, that's how I feel about it. It makes me want to cry just thinking about not having it. All right, I'm going to mix it in. And this is just so delicious. And it's all going to filter down once I put the wine in and stuff, okay? Now, the vino goes in. This is vino, yes. I know it's Sunday. I know it's Sunday, but hello, wine's going in, friends. I'm doing it anyways. Now this is a slow cooking process, so you might need some water. You could use chicken stock and stuff, but I really am not going to use any chicken stock because I don't want to add any residual salt. So I'm going to put a little zhuzh of water, just like that. And I might have to come back and play with it, but I don't think so. I think that once I put the pot cover on, it's gonna create its own juices like that at that point. So I got some Portuguese allspice, which has tons of different spices in it. You can look it up online. And I have salt and pepper. Then cilantro. It's gonna go in. Everything's gonna get mixed so perfectly. Mix it all in. Okay, especially the cilantro. Mix it in so it's not sitting at the top, because what can happen is after a long cook, it can just brown on you. You don't want that nonsense. So after working so hard on this, hang on here. I need another spoon. I'm like a one-trick pony over here. I got all these spoons. I got all this stuff. You gotta have a well-stocked pantry, my friends. A well-stocked kitchen. Makes such a difference when you're cooking. Let me tell you. Okay, we have what we need, my friends. Look at this. I don't know. I might be tempted. Am I tempted? Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna do it? Is she daring to do this? Yes, she's gonna put a little more. I'm telling you, I'm crazy like this. I love this stuff. I just do. Oh, I can never have enough, man. All right, now this is it. Come to the pot. And we're gonna cook it. I'll see you in a couple hours. Okay, my friends? Come to the pot. We got carrots, we got potatoes, we got onions, we got garlic. We have allspice, the smell. Oh, it's like so amazing. I'm telling you, try this for your family. Look at this, I got onions over here. Ridiculous, ridiculousness. Okay, I'm gonna cover the pot. All right, I'm going to set it and forget it. Forget about it. I'm gonna come back in a couple of hours. You're gonna check it. You're gonna keep checking it though, friends. You have to check it because you never know if you're gonna need more liquid. You're gonna stir it a little bit so nothing gets, put it on low. Let me lower this. Low and slow is steady wins the race in the end. Look at this, I got a cilantro over here. Yeah, I know. Okay, come back in a couple of hours and you're gonna see the finished product. Portuguese beef stew, yay! I'll see you on the other side. Everything spice. All right, one more thing I forgot to add, and I don't want to miss out on telling you about this. So I'm going to cut this up. This is Charisse. I'm going to cut it in big chunks. No Portuguese stew would be worth its salt if I didn't have chorico. It's called chorico, but in this area it's Charisse, okay? You can probably buy it online or order it online. Charisse and chorico and chorizo are two different things, right? Do not mix the two. Mexican is chorizo, or Spanish is chorizo, Portuguese is chorico or Charisse. That's what we call it. We call it Charisse. So what I do is add to the pot as well, and this imparts fantastic flavor. It's a pork sausage. Now they do have chicken or turkey Charisse these days. We call it Charisse. I know it says chorico, but we call it Charisse. So I'm going to stick it all in the pot, okay? And then low and slow wins the race. All right? Wash my hands. And what I'll do is join you on the other side for this delicious Portuguese stew. All right, this is the final reveal of our Portuguese stew. Oh, look how beautiful. Come to the bowl, my friends. Come to the bowl. Look at that deliciousness. All right, and I decided to make some, they call them pop socks, which is Portuguese rolls, okay? But that'll be another episode. But let me divvy out some. You want some? Okay, what do you like more? You want some Charisse? You like potatoes? How about some carrots? I'll serve you something right now. I'm gonna serve you up a bowl of my beautiful Portuguese stew. How about it? All right, let me make sure to get you some of this gorgeous Charisse. Oh, you can't forget the broth. Come on now. Look at that deliciousness. Look at this steaming bowl of goodness. I'm gonna put extra potatoes and some extra meat for you. What do you say? Does that look good? And this is my Portuguese stew. Put some pepper on it. And look how gorgeous this is. Look at that. Ooh, it's so amazing. Come over here and look at this bowl of soup. This is for you. This is the stew. This is your portion. Okay? So I'm gonna make some rolls out of this. What I'm gonna do, I got egg wash. I'm gonna do 450. Brush them very lightly with some egg on here and make some fresh Portuguese rolls to go with my Portuguese stew. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next time on Everything Spice. Have a good one, everyone. Be safe. And these are the finished Portuguese rolls, hot out of the oven. I will show you, I promise, at another date.